Hi Ravens! So today we're going to focus on determining the central idea of a text. So far this week you guys have been reading the article "For the World's Poor, Drinking Water Can Kill," and we're going to use this as an example to try to grade ourselves on a rubric. So the central idea, remember, is the big idea of a text or the author's main argument. It's basically a one-sentence summary of all of the important meaning. So let's look at the standard. Reading Informational 6.2 is determining a central idea of a text and how it's conveyed through particular details. Right now we're just focusing on central idea, so I'm just going to read that part of the rubric. At just starting, you're identifying a topic of the text or an idea that may not be the main idea. So it's just a basic idea. And approaching standard, you're determining a possible central idea that may be partially supported by the text. A meeting standard, you're determining one central idea supported by the whole text, and getting an exceeding standard, you're determining more than one central idea supported by the whole text. Let's look at some examples. So first, before we even do anything, we're going to remember how to determine the central idea of a text. So we're going to start with the title, the text features, like images, graphs, and captions. So when I looked at the article, this is what I came up with. I came up with poor, world, drinking water can kill you, diarrhea, and solutions. And I have a question mark around solutions, and we'll come back to that in a minute. The second thing I have is that we're going to look for chunks or summaries that relate to one another. So for example, the lack of clean water, there's no access to clean water, people are dying from diarrheal disease, children are dying, and they're building wells to help. This goes with solutions. Step 3 is to look for patterns like repeated words, phrases, or ideas in the text. I came up with diarrhea, no access to clean water, people are getting sick, polluted water, and poor countries. Step 4 is to summarize the who, what, where, when, why, how, and so what. So I'm going to ask myself, who is this happening to? Poor people around the world. Where is this happening? This is happening in poor countries. Why is this happening? Because people don't have access to clean water. What is happening? They're getting sick because of the dirty water. When is this happening? It's happening now. How is this happening? Because they are drinking polluted water. And so what? Children are dying because they don't have access to clean water. So organizations are trying to help them by building wells. So now that I have all this information, I'm going to use this to help me come up with a central idea. Here's some examples of things you might have come up with. If you got it just starting, remember you're identifying a topic of a text or an idea that may not be the main idea. Your idea might be too specific or too narrow. For example, Petronella walks 2 miles to get water and it's polluted. It might be not even a full sentence, or it doesn't give answers in the article. For example, the importance of clean water for drinking, or why drinking polluted water can kill you. Both of these examples are not full sentences, and they don't really answer this in the article. Approaching standard, you're determining a possible central idea, but it's only partially supported by the text, so that means that you don't have enough information. So you're on the right track, but you don't have enough of the big ideas. Unclean water causes diarrhea. In poor countries, water is killing people. That water kills people in poor countries. In many countries, the water is bad. These are all great ideas from the text. However, it's not enough of the big ideas to make a meeting standard. You're on the right track though. A meeting standard, you're really determining one central idea that's supported by the whole text. Here's an example. Polluted water in many countries is causing people, including children, to die of diarrheal disease. This includes all of the big ideas in the text. Another example is access to clean water is a worldwide crisis that leads people to get sick. And we can even add to this, and die. When you're you're getting an exceeding standard, you're really thinking deeply about the text. So you're thinking about what the article looks like. In this case, this article is a problem solution. The problem is, what is the problem this article is outlining? So your first central idea should deal with this. Central idea 1 should deal with the problem. Polluted water in many countries is causing people, including children, to die of diarrheal disease. Another example, access to clean water is a worldwide crisis that leads people to get sick. Another example is, many lives are being lost, including lives of children, due to diarrheal disease in poor countries where access to clean water is limited. All of these deal with the problem of this article. Not every article has a problem and solution, but this one does. So it's important to pay attention to that when we're deciding on the central idea. The second central idea should deal with the solution. What are people doing to address this problem? In this case, central idea 2 should deal with the wells. One way organizations are trying to help countries where access to clean water is limited is to help them build wells. Another example of this is, although access to clean, safe drinking water is a problem in many countries, organizations are helping them build wells in an effort to reduce poverty. These are the two central ideas that are the most important ones. One is talking about the problem and one is talking about the solution. If you came up with two central ideas, however, your two central ideas are not dealing with this or do not have enough information, then you could still get a meeting standard or an approaching standard, because it's important that your two main central ideas really deal, in this case, with the problem and the solution. Some articles might deal with other things, and we'll look more at text to understand the structures to help us find the central idea. Here's what you're going to do. I want you to look right now at your central idea that you wrote all by yourself on your own. And I would like you to decide what grade you think you got on your central idea. Okay. Get started, please.